G'day everyone, it's Thank You Explorers again. We've got another hunt going on in the old army camps up here, and today this is the battalion area, the 2nd 13th Infantry Battalion, 20th Brigade. Not far from where we were a couple of months ago. The sister unit, the 2nd 17th, is a little further to the west, so we're going to have a look around this area and see if we can come up with some more military relics. It's plenty of grass, but that's alright. It's always like that up here, so we've just got to deal with that. It's part of metal detecting. It's never perfect, the conditions, so we'll have a look around today and we'll be back shortly with some good finds, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Well, this is my first solid target of the day. I've been trouble with a bit of fencing wire. Could have been signal wire or something in some areas where the army's been, and it's a bit hard to detect, but this looks like it's an old bit of cutlery. A fork by the look of it. I've just exposed it there. There we go. Australian Army fork. Government issue. Good one. Okay. Bit difficult here today. The grass is fairly long, but it's never any different because it's a high rainfall area here, and we're quite higher up, around 1,000 metres above sea level, so it's always wet. The grass is always long, so you just got to put up with the conditions, but that's alright. We'll still get in around the obstacles and the trees and the long grass. Well, that's a good start. Okay, we'll move on to the next target. Well, this to give you an idea what the country's like up here. Sort of an open eucalypt forest, plenty of grass. Obviously it was looked a lot different when the army was here. The grass would have been a lot lower, but I guess one of the reasons they're up in the forest is reasonably well camouflaged. Anyway, I've got a reasonably good target here, signal, so we'll do a bit of a live dig and we'll see what we come up with. It could be a 303 bullet. It's about a mid-conductive sort of thing. Given a medium-sized target, about mid-conductivity. Oh, look at that, that's a piece off a webbing belt, or army webbing, a little brass attachment, probably off, yeah, I'd say it's off the webbing, with a pouch or something. Well, that's a good little find. Okay, there we go. This one's a good hard signal. We'll do a live dig here. It's giving a pretty high reading, so, oh, it's a coin. Looks like a crusty old penny. I'll just give it a quick clean and we'll try to get a date off it. There we go. I actually just found another one of these concrete slabs here, which may be another shower or a kitchen block or something. I'll give this a clean now and we'll see what it is. Back in a minute. Well, actually, it's a kangaroo penny. I just, it's very, the dirt's really clinging to it here, so I don't want to clean it up too much yet, but it's a 1940s kangaroo. That's a good one. I thought it may have been a coin. It was only a very shallow target and it was giving a coin size reading, so it could have been a 303 cartridge. They ring up high because of the brass, but that's a good start on the coins. I'll just hang around this bit of concrete here and might turn up some more old relics or coins. We'll just keep moving. I'll just show you this to give you an idea of the hunt area we're in. This is actually a concrete slab here. It's probably about 10 metres long and 3 metres wide. It could have been a little kitchen or a toilet block or something. And as you can see, it's actually, unless you actually walk right up to it, they're very hard to spot. because of the undergrowth. But I just found that penny a few metres over that way, so I'll just work around the edge of this, where there's obviously a lot of traffic, so might come up with something else. But I mean, we've been up here several times, and you just keep finding these little spots all the time. Like, unless you walk across them, they're almost invisible. Well, it's been 60 years, so I suppose that's not surprising. Okay, we'll move on. Okay, we're going to go live dig on this one. We've got a good hard signal here. Actually, we're starting to pick up a few signals in this area. In this rocky country. This is down in the area where we got that little cache of bullets last time we were here. Okay, it's in the pile there. There we go. It's a good find too. It's a brass webbing buckle. There we go. Okay, we'll go on to the next one. Okay, well, this over here is where we just picked up that brass webbing buckle in that hole there. Another similar signal here. Haven't stripped it yet. Possibly more of the webbing. It's giving a good signal. It's not terribly high on the conductivity. Oh, yeah, it's another piece of the webbing. There you go. Another bit of brass webbing. Buckle. Okay, good. Well, here's the next target. We just, another 303 spent cartridge. We just got those two buckles, and now we're starting to pick up a few good targets in this small area. But I'd like to say a big hello to Fahrenheit 1100, Hugh. If you haven't checked out his one of his recent videos on identifying munitions, do so, because it's a ripper. He goes through a lot of different munitions, because that's a lot of us dig up these sort of things in the places we hunt, whether it be a park or a beach or anywhere. And he's put together a really good video on identifying munitions, old munitions, modern munitions. Is great. So give him a look there. Great video. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Well, there's another bit of brass. Looks vaguely familiar. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's definitely brass, and it's definitely military. It's an end cap off something. I'll see if I can identify that later, and I'll subtitle it if I can find out what it is. Righto. Well, here's Mrs. NQ in action. She's got a good target here. She's working around there trying to pinpoint it. This is close to that spot where we got that little cache of bullets that we couldn't really identify last time. So hopefully there's some more of those around here. Well, it's out of the hole. Oi, it's a halfpenny. That wasn't ringing up real high, was it? That's a great find. What about that? Okay, well, I'll just give it a quick field clean and we'll get a date off. Well, here's the two coins we've got so far. The penny is a 1944 penny. The beauty of those 1940 pennies up here is that they're all relatively new when they were dropped. This unit was here in 44, 45, so the coin had been in circulation a very short amount of time. The area we're in now is actually the area of the 2nd 13th Infantry Battalion, part of the 20th Brigade, 9th Division. They're a sister unit with 2nd 17th, which is the area we did earlier on in the year. And they moved on to Borneo, so I'll put the information on the up on the video information on the history of the unit. But now in the other coin here that Mrs. NQ just got, that's an absolute ripper for up here. It didn't ring up high on the machine because it's so worn. It's a 1919, I think. I can't see it properly, I haven't cleaned it yet. 1/2 penny, Commonwealth of Australia. So that coin's been in circulation a long time. When it got to World War II, and then it got dropped up here. That's why it's so thin. There's not much of it, but it's legible. 1919, I think it is. Well, I'll confirm that, but Okay, that's good. We've got another good target over here. We're just going to go and investigate that now. Well, we're definitely in the main camp area, getting good targets thick and fast. This one's ringing up really well. Getting amongst these rocks here. Might be another buckle or a 303 bullet. Well, I don't dare clean it too much. It is sterling silver by the look of it. I've just cleaned a bit off the side there. See the silver? But look, I would say that's a chaplain's crucifix. Australian Army chaplain. It's a very large item. It's just quite heavy. It's definitely silver. It's sterling silver. It'll definitely be marked on the back, but I don't want to clean it too much till I get home and do it properly. But there we go. Well, that is some... I can't believe I found that. It's a real, and it was down amongst the rocks, buried under rock, like quite deeply. But there you go. Okay, on to the next target. Well, we're just having a bit of a break now. We've got a cup of tea and a ham and cheese roll here, bit of lunch, and we're back into it. But what we're parked on here is the remains of the old Army asphalt road they put through here during the war to service this camp area. It's not used anymore. Overgrown at the edges, but the pavement's in good condition. They didn't muck around, they did a good job of it. Okay, we'll be back shortly. Yeah, but this big old bloodwood tree, she's been here a long time. She would have been here when the Army fellas were here, right in the middle of the camp. You can see why it's called a bloodwood. Look at that. The sap actually looks like obviously blood. There you go. Bloodwood tree. Actually, I don't know much about bush tucker, but according to the bush tucker man, Les Hiddens, you can actually, when they're in blossom, you can actually boil up the flowers, and it makes a sweet tea drink. Wouldn't mind trying that, but I don't know. I'm going to get to the flowers up there. Anyway, that's a bloodwood tree. Anyway, this is probably just looks like a pile of rocks on the video, but it's a little fireplace. It's probably a 10-man tent or something here. I haven't found this one here before. First time I've seen it. So I'll do a quick search around here and see what I can pick up. Definitely would have been a it's not one of the big kitchen fireplaces, just a little fireplace. Probably a few of the diggers got together and knocked one up. Keep them warm at night because it gets cold up here in winter. But yeah, I'll have a look around here now and see what I can come up with. It's a good target here, and I can see it's a live 303 around. It's not far from that fireplace I just saw. There you go. It's the first live one I found today. What about this one? It's only partly buried there. It's a Dixie. Australian Army Dixie, World War II. What about that for a find? Surface find. What a ripper. Well, I'll add that to the collection. Righto, we'll move on to the next target. There's Mrs. NQ again, she's running hot. Got that coin, and she's been picking up bullets all over the place. This is a pretty good signal, this one. Best thing about this area is shallow targets, because the ground's fairly hard and it's granite gravel, and there's granite boulders around the place, so nothing's gone down too deep in those 60 years. Close to the target now. Which is what?